Hey everybody, this is Pastor Scott again. Last week on Life Minutes, we talked about how should we respond if our person that we voted for lost the election. Well, this week we're going to talk about how we should respond if the person we voted for won the election. All right? And there are four thoughts that I just want to throw out there, so bear with me. The first, if our guy won, or your guy won, however you put that, it doesn't mean we should gloat. And what I mean by that, even if we did our part, we prayed, we voted, God is ultimately still in control. And if we won, well, for me anyway, that would be great that the guy that I voted for won. But I don't want to rub it in on those who didn't vote for him and throw verbal stones. Show a little grace and mercy. Okay, we need more of that in our country anyway. Sometimes, to be honest, even Christians, we embarrass ourselves by how we respond to situations, even if we're on, quote, the winning side. So just remember that. Don't gloat. A second thing, and we mentioned this last week, whoever is in office, we need to pray. We need to pray for them to have wisdom. If they need salvation, we're to pray for that. We are to ask God to help us build a moral nation. Now, in saying that, let me specifically make this comment. Morality always begins in the heart. So really, a moral nation has to be built around hearts that have been transformed by the gospel. Now, you can be moral and not be a Christian, I get it. But to build a moral nation, you need a group of people whose lives are set on a course of doing the right thing at all times and being moral in their treatment of people and things like that. So we ask God in our prayers to help those in office build a moral nation. A third thing is this. Win or lose, we are to be a good citizen. And sometimes it's easier if someone won whose platform or beliefs line up more with what we believe as Christians. I can say this for myself. Sometimes it seems a little bit easier to be a good citizen, but we're to be a good citizen regardless. Sometimes even those that we voted for will make decisions and say things we wish they wouldn't have said, or make decisions for the country that we might have done differently. But Romans 13 and 1 Peter 2 remind us to be good citizens as long as we're not asked to compromise our faith. Do the right thing. And then this. I think we are at a time, not only in our country, but in the world, in which there are going to be many opportunities that God gives us to be witnesses to a broken, hurting world, okay? We need to use the time we have to share the good news of Jesus with others. And it is true that there may be more freedoms under certain leadership than others, but again, we're not to be silent in sharing the gospel. These opportunities are before us to share the good news. And again, I'm looking at it from the perspective of maybe somebody that I voted for won. These things are four thoughts that I have to keep in mind. And so hopefully we will, as believers, and because sadly our nation is just divided right now, even within churches, over political issues and other things, that we will work to be the right type of person that brings glory to God in all things, all right? Thanks for joining me. Next week, we're going to begin a short few-week series called Urban Legends. So tune in, and we'll talk about that next week. Thank you.